What is up, guys? Welcome into the MLB Pick Show for Saturday, August 29th. Got two games on the slate. I'm interested, one side and one total. Actually, one of the games going off here in just about an hour. It's an early start with the Cubs and the Reds, so involved in that. So if you're near the sports book or out and about watching watching mobile, just keep that in mind. One of them goes off here in an hour. Guys, welcome in, and feel free to chime in the chat what you're betting, any questions you got, and really anything works in the chat box today. Probably going to be a quick show, just two games going to be involved with today, but we'll get after it. Mike Campbell in the chat. Welcome in, man. Let's get after it. Chop can't stop. Welcome in, man. Hopefully you can grab some winners on today's slate. Darrell from the start, man. Appreciate you joining, and looking to turn this around. Yesterday's lost a unit, minus 136, minus 1.36 units. So looking to bounce back in today's slate. And so getting off here in about an hour, we got the Cubs and the Cincinnati Reds, 4:10 Eastern first pitch, 1:10 Pacific first pitch here. We got Yu Darvish versus Trevor Bauer going from the right side, each of the pitchers. And Trevor Bauer, you know, a guy that's got great stuff, can control the opposing lineups here. But a couple reasons why I got question marks on him today, at least compared to Yu Darvish. Only off of 4 days rest, and his last time out, he gave up 7 hits in 6 innings, 2 walks, 4 earned runs. Again, on only 6 innings against the Milwaukee Brewers lineup that I don't have rated very highly. He gave up over a 60% hard hit rate, which isn't very good at all. And now today he's going up against a better lineup in the Chicago Cubs. So I think the Cubs got a shot to get after Trevor Bauer here. Plus the fact Yu Darvish, 1 earned run or less in all of his starts in August. That's his last 5 starts here. 1 earned run or less. That's great. 44-6 K to walk ratio. So, man, that's elite in MLB this year. So he's been lights out. I like Yu Darvish here. Now, granted, there is a bullpen advantage here towards the Cincinnati Reds that of late, their bullpen arms have been really good. Now I have them ranked as my number 6 bullpen in MLB, whereas the Chicago Cubs are ranked number 17. But you got to remember, this is a doubleheader down to a 7-inning game. So the bullpen advantage is diminished. Therefore, it makes me even point more towards the Cubs in this one. And keep in mind, guys, the Cubs up units on the season. The Cincinnati Reds down 5 units on the season. So all of that adding up to a pick'em price here. You can get the Chicago Cubs minus 105, meaning it's minus 105 on the Cubs, minus 105 on the Reds. Pretty much the definition of a pick'em price. And the total is only 5.5, and it is only a 7-inning game there. But I do like the Chicago Cubs minus 105 in this one. So risking $105 to win $100. Little Port in the house saying you have a play. Let us know, man. Let us know in the chat, either on Twitter or on YouTube. Sports Picks TV on YouTube. Love it if you guys subscribed, gave the thumbs up if you're liking the content. Please feel free to chime in the comments below on YouTube, Sports Picks TV. So Senor Pipes, like an Angels over tonight. Sheffield versus Bundy. All right, we could break that one down. Jay Cohn, what's up, man? Took them in the morning, plus 112. Good number there, bud. Better number than I got. So hats off to you. Got one more play here, guys, that I'm involved with personally on today's slate. Baltimore versus Toronto. We got Alex Cobb versus Walker going for Toronto, and Walker was just traded from the Seattle Mariners. This is a 6:30 Eastern first pitch here. And keep in mind, Toronto isn't playing in Toronto. They're playing in Buffalo, their AAA affiliate site there, and it's played very much towards the over here. And the over is just sitting at 10, minus 110 to the over. So a regular bet on the over. Toronto is minus 160 favorites in this one. Couple reasons why I do like the over in this. Alex Cobb, his career, you know, all of his numbers pretty decent. You got to kind of tip your cap to him with the amount of stuff he has. He's not an overpowering pitcher by any means, and he's managed to stay in MLB all this time. So hats off to him being able to do that. But this year, his hard hit rate is 50%. And versus Toronto, he's already faced this lineup once, which is an advantage to the offense, in my opinion. On August 17th, He gave up 8 hits and 5 earned runs versus this Blue Jays lineup. So I think the Blue Jays are going to get to him and knock him around. Plus the fact Tajon Walker here, he pitched for the Mariners, and he's been up and down this season. Yes, he does have 2 shutouts on the year, but he's also been smacked around in 2 of his games as well. Batted ball numbers, not that favorable for him. Hard hit rate at 45%, and also his fly ball percentage at 40%. So in this ballpark, I really worry about him having success against the Baltimore lineup, and the fact that the Orioles, it's a small sample size here, guys, but they do have an 883 team OPS against him. So nearly a 900 team OPS in the batters that have seen Tajon Walker for the Orioles. So I think that kind of points to them having success. Plus the fact the wind is blowing out to left field at 15 to 20 miles per hour. So if they're able to get the ball in the air, which is his fly ball percentage is pretty high, that points to a lot of runs as well, a lot of home runs. And he's been susceptible to the home run. He's already given up 5 home runs year to date. He has a high FIP as well. So I do like the over of 10 in Baltimore versus Toronto. Boston in the house. So yep, talking a little political. I believe all the games are on slate today. So for us sports bettors, happy about that. Sharp in the house. Rangers first 5 money line has good value. Good luck to you, man. Mike Campbell in the house. I'm looking over in Milwaukee versus Pittsburgh. Hey, smack it down, Mike Campbell. Mark Richmond in the house. I can't be the only person that joins in dailies for Drew Plays. No, I doubt it. On Twitter at Drew Martin Bets, a lot of people chiming in. I appreciate you guys following me, and happy to be able to make some money this year. Up near 15 units on the season, but can't rest on our laurels here, guys. Got to keep going after it. And we got 2 plays on today's slate: Baltimore Orioles, Toronto Blue Jays over 10. That one going off at 6:30 Eastern time, and one going off in under an hour now, about an hour actually on the dot. Chicago Cubs, Cincinnati Reds on the Chicago Cubs minus 105. So guys, hit the chat box here for a minute or two, and then shut it down and recap the bets. So feel free to throw out anything in the chat. David, Washington minus 130. Andrew liking the over 12.5 in San Diego, Colorado. Yeah, that over in Colorado, I believe the wind is blowing out there as well. So that should help you putting up some runs a mile high. Good luck to you on that one. Jay Cohn, what do you think about the Nationals? The Nationals didn't catch too much of my attention on today's slate. I did break down Oakland and Houston, the game that was postponed from yesterday, Bassett versus McCullers. And because it was postponed, now today's a doubleheader. And I think that the Oakland A's bullpen advantage is kind of diminished here with it only being a seven inning game. So that's what kept me off of it. That's why I bet it yesterday. It got postponed, so no grade. But for today's slate, I just don't think it's the same advantage for the A's because their bullpen advantage won't be there in the last two innings as much. So that's the reason I stayed off of that one. Bryce in the house. What sites do I use to look at advanced stats? I use Fangraphs. I think Fangraphs is a great site. Baseball Reference I use a lot. Baseball Prospectus. Those 3, a combination of them, depending which stats you're looking at. But I use all 3 of those. Plus the fact a lot of the beat writers in MLB are putting out a lot of good stats on these starting pitchers anyway. So watch for that as well. If you're following each team's beat writer, that's usually a good advantage for kind of inside information as well. So yeah, guys, I appreciate y'all chiming in the chat, and I guess we can kind of wrap it up here. In recap, we got the Baltimore Orioles, Toronto Blue Jays over 10 minus 110 to the over here, and the Chicago Cubs